What does education really sell? Most people say learning, language, math, science, certification. Fine. That part is true. Students do learn real things. A good teacher can change a child's life. So this is not anti-education. But if education is mainly about learning, why do parents care so much about school name, fees, neighborhood, curriculum, peer group, and why does the same child look more valuable in one school than another? That is the hidden part. Education does not only teach, it sorts. And it also sells prestige. Parents are not only asking, what will my child learn? They are also asking, which school is my child associated with? What kind of families are inside this circle? Are they rich, connected, ambitious? Will this school reflect well on our family? That is not just learning. That is status. A school name can become a social badge. It tells other people something before the child even speaks. Then there is class segregation. Education is supposed to be about merit. Work hard, study hard, do well, move up. But children do not all start on the same track. Schools are separated by neighborhood, fees, language environment, parents' network, local or international system, school reputation, curriculum. Before the children even compete, many are already standing in different lanes. One child grows up around parents talking about universities, internships, overseas exposure, debate, coding, and global options. Another child may be in a much more basic environment. Both are going to school, but they are not entering the same social world. That is the uncomfortable part. Education does not only teach, it sorts. Then there is signaling. A school name or degree does not only say, I learned this subject. It also says, I can pass filters, I can follow instructions, I can survive workload. I was selected by a known institution. I am probably less risky to hire. An employer may not care whether you still remember integration by parts or the history of civilization. But if you graduated from a difficult program, the employer assumes certain things. Maybe you are trainable. Maybe you can finish tasks. Maybe you can handle pressure. Maybe you are safe enough to interview. So the certificate becomes a shortcut for trust. That is why even people who say education is useless still care about the certificate. They are not only buying knowledge, they are buying a signal. Then there is insurance. Parents pay for education because they fear a bad future. They fear their child falling behind. They fear the wrong peer group. They fear one bad exam closing doors. They fear losing options. They fear their child becoming ordinary. So education becomes a safety policy. For some families, international school is a way out of local system pressure. It keeps the overseas university route open. It gives the child an English-speaking environment. It gives global exposure. It reduces the feeling that one exam decides everything. Elite local school works differently, but the fear is similar. Reputation, alumni, peer group, exam results. For rich families, education may not be about survival. It is about protecting status and options. For middle class or poorer families, the pressure is more serious. Study hard so you can move up, get the degree so you do not get stuck, enter the good school so doors open. Same product, different fear. Finally, education is a filtering system. Schools filter by fees, location, exam scores, language, curriculum, parent values, passport, nationality, ability to pay, ability to handle pressure. The system says it is sorting students by ability, and sometimes it is. But it is also sorting families by resources. That is why education can be both useful and unfair at the same time. It can teach real skills and still be a status game. It can open doors, but still protect the people who already had better doors. So when all is said and done, what are we really paying for? Knowledge? Partly. Proficiency? Sometimes, but also prestige, class access, a certificate, a signal, a safety policy, a place in the queue. And if so many graduates still struggle to get good jobs, then the difficult question is this. If you're not in the top tier of the system, is the return still worth the price? Or are you just paying to participate in a game where the best seats were already taken.